Hello, I'm Regina with RM Home Specialists, and we are here tonight to host and to share and to have fun together with our holiday hacks live from the cellar. It's our third live stream, and we are just kind of shooting from the hip. We've got some fun things to share for you tonight. Our favorite holiday hacks. We got a little bit about the real estate market, and here we are. You want me to introduce you guys? You want
Yeah,
to
I feel like we need like a proper introduction.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like
She's got that broadcaster voice. Used to work at Como TV. Like, please introduce
Hello.
us.
You
Well,
worked at Como TV?
I did
I
work
had
at Como.
no idea.
Yeah.
I once met a high school teacher who also worked at Como TV.
Yeah. I was just in the sales department and the public relations.
She was a producer, I
department.
think.
Yeah, it's cool. We should talk.
Shannon Cohen.
Yeah, I think I recognize that name.
What the heck, you
Okay,
guys?
sorry.
Okay, back to the
Right.
intro.
Back to-
Thank you.
Back to the show. No. Madison Lord, my beautiful daughter and partner, and Miles Eaton, who is a wonderful addition to our team. He's creative, he's fun, he's fabulous. Miles.
And he always matches me.
I know.
Love
Miles and
it.
Madison, like unbeknownst to me, they like totally.
It's a vibe.
Always,
It's a vibe.
always.
I think you
It's
guys
a vibe.
always do that.
It's a vibe.
Yes. So usually we have a holiday party. I mean, we all do. We love to entertain and we love to have parties. And that is something that is kind of part of our DNA, part of our business plan, part of our love back to the clients and the families and the people that we love. And this year, our plans are going to be a little bit different. But we still want to share with you some of our favorite things that you could enjoy at your home, with your family, and all of the things. And
You know, like a little nugget, like a little
Yeah.
takeaway.
yeah. And we
Something
like the
you can
holiday hacks.
implement. Stat.
Absolutely.
Something to bring a smile.
Yes.
Something to warm you up from the toes.
Something.
I know. Let's get it started. We can talk a little bit before we get into the hacks and the holiday fun about, you know, how crazy everything has been and how busy it's been in real estate,
Wild.
right?
Wild. Honestly, finding a house right now for a buyer, probably the equivalent to finding toilet paper.
I know.
Actually, very adjacent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like adjacent and disturbing.
It's really interesting because our brokerage, they crunch a lot of statistics and they give us information. It was really interesting to me because they did inventory levels from the last 3 years. And we've kind of been seeing this like moving into more of a seller's market for a long time. But if you look at the inventory levels at this time of year, this year, it's like right about 1,000 units. And then you look at 2019 and it was about 1,800 units. And you look 2019, then you go to 2018, it's almost 2,500 units. So you look at this time of year and like the amount of units available.
This is what I always tell people. I'm like, you do not want to be a buyer during spring. As soon as summer normally hits, normally around September, it starts to cool off a little bit. And I'm like, if you're gonna be a buyer, that's the time to shop. November, December, it's cold,
Right.
rainy, dark. There's not as many buyers shopping,
Yeah.
and it's just
I agree
not
with that. I totally agree with that. But what I will also say is that in the summer, the competition is fierce. Like, you are up against everybody else out there who is also shopping for a house.
Yeah.
When you roll into the fall, things do tend to sit a little bit longer. And so I think that
Not this year.
Yeah. I mean,
Has this year, I mean, it has
Quasi.
been every story that I've told about, the trends in the last couple of years, everything has been so different this year. And I feel like right now it's this really interesting time where people like, nobody knows what's going to happen, but there's like this race. There's like this race to like get things under wraps. Like,
Yeah.
let's get our house, let's get our refi, because we don't know what's coming. And I feel like that is part of mentally what's driving the market.
It's for
right
sure
now.
a frenzy.
The busy. Yeah.
I personally consider myself the Wicked Witch of the West because...
But you look
I'm
fabulous.
waiting.
Thank you
I'm
so
waiting.
much.
You look more like Glenda.
Glenda, thank you. Because last summer, when I
Glenda.
was working with buyers, you know, my common thread throughout, I would say from September of 2015 up until now, we have not really seen, we've seen our seasonal fluctuations in the market, but we haven't seen any kind of drastic correction or dip in the Pierce County market. And the common thread that I communicate to my clients is that we are a tech-driven community. We are the stepsister to Seattle, and people can't afford to live in Seattle. The industries in Seattle that have exploded have caused the cost of living there to be unimaginable. And then the compression that's coming down to Pierce County is only going to continue to drive our market.
Yeah.
People are going to see what $750,000 gets them in Seattle, and then they're going to see what $750,000
Yes,
gets them in Pierce County.
Come
and
to
it's,
us.
and it's such a vast difference.
Last year,
It
the
was.
median sales
Yeah.
price was double in King County versus Pierce
Yeah,
County.
I mean, it's such a
looking back at
vast
2019.
difference that you can't ignore it. It's worth the commute almost.
Sure.
And the commute is treacherous,
Right.
but it was worth the commute. And so that was last summer.
Yeah.
And so as I was, working with buyers last summer, I would tell them, honestly, yes, we were, in the summer we thought we were at the top of the market. We were like, this is nuts. There's nowhere else to go. Like, we're at the top. How can we continue to rise?
Things are bound to slow down.
Things are bound to slow down.
No.
But I kept telling my clients, and I don't know if it was like a secret intuition or if it was just like I was really trying to sell a house or like what it was. But I would say, I honestly, my gut tells me that Pierce County has these golden gates around them because
it's not over.
we are always going to receive the compression from Seattle. It's not going to go away. We're continuing to see new companies come into Seattle. And we are going to continue to constantly get that compression. Throw COVID into it.
Well, yeah.
Throw COVID into it. Now you can work from home.
Yeah, that's
so
what
now
I'm
you
saying.
can live in
COVID
Seattle,
yeah.
and you can get Seattle pay, but you don't have to commute.
2 snaps and around the world. That is so
Whoa.
awesome.
And
honestly,
that is going to keep Pierce County.
Well, you pulled some stats right before we sat down.
All right,
so
I did
tell
pull
us
some
about
stats.
those.
whip
so-
out. Can we just get a zoom in on this note card? Because this is not your average size of note card. Like, this is big.
I need the glasses.
But can you
and
read
I
this?
Need the note card. So this is 78% of the homes in Pierce County are selling in 4 days. That's the average. 78% are selling in 4 days for 101.97. So basically 102% of what they're listed for.
This is why no realtor has slept in the last 6 months, because 4 days on market means as soon as anything gets listed, you need to show your clients.
We have no life.
Right away.
We have no life.
You have
It
to.
has been
You're in the middle of a
very
bubble
hard.
bath.
Yeah.
You get a call. That bath is over.
It's time to go.
Absolutely not.
It's time to go. And then I just looked at right live today, like 500 and under. There's only 301 active inventory, and there is 1,418 pending, which gives you a 471% chance of selling.
So back to the holidays. If you want to have a very Merry Christmas,
Sell
you
your
should
house.
Probably list your house tomorrow.
Now.
Yeah.
Absolutely now.
And then if you look under 300 for like investors, first-time home buyers, only 49 in all of Pierce County. And we have 172 pending, giving you a 351% chance of selling.
49 homes.
Yeah, 49 homes in all of the land. And so the other thing is just looking at the luxury market and just looking at $1 million and up, which is throwing a lot of things in there. But 63 active units and 52 are pending, which gives you an 82% chance of selling. And if you look at that million to 1.2, that is actually a strong seller's market. And when you start getting above that and pricing it down, the higher you go, the harder it gets. But our $1 million homes here, again, talking about the King County buyer, like
But reflect back to last year when we were talking about
Totally
$1 million houses. It was
totally
like
different.
10.
Yeah.
We had $10 million houses.
Yeah.
$1 million house in Pierce County is not a thing of the past. It's
Yeah.
not a hidden gem. Like, they're out there. It's the norm. Like, they're waterfront, $1 million.
Yeah.
Amazing view, $1 million.
Yep.
We're just under contract for one in UP. Just a beautiful estate-like feel. No views. And
No waterfront.
But
no
the other thing
waterfront.
is, too,
$1 million.
is that
But it's gated and it's in the UP school district.
Right.
No, it's a great house.
And
but
it's freaking awesome.
I think the other thing to consider too is that while yes, our prices have seen huge increases in the past 24 months in Pierce County, it still doesn't compete with King County in the Seattle
Right.
market. So you have these buyers that now can all of a sudden work from home, and again, going back to 2020 in August, $1 million doesn't really get you that much in Seattle. But when you come to Pierce County,
Yeah.
you've got a yard, you're dialed in, you need no renovations. Like, you have
Right.
a palatial home that you really can just move right into. And so I think it's a catch-22 because there's sellers who are like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to buy. But you have these Seattle buyers that are ready to buy your house for exorbitant amounts of money. And with the interest rates where they are not leaving, I
Right.
mean,
Money is
it makes
free.
sense to make
Yeah.
a switch right now.
Yeah.
Money
it really
is
does.
free.
And I think that a lot of people could look at doing that move up because money's so cheap and because
Yep.
the equity in your home is really fat right now. It's
Yeah.
a good time to consult with a professional and run the scenarios. I mean, if you're happy where you are and you don't want to leave, that's fine. But I think you owe it to yourself with what's happening in the market and where the interest rates are to at least
Whether it's a refi and a remodel,
what if.
or
And
whether
it's-
if it's a selling your house and moving up to the next one.
And especially
it's a good
for
time.
like first time home buyers who bought houses in the last 18 months who
their equity
put
is
5%
out of control.
down
Yeah.
and they're paying a mortgage insurance and they're locked in at 4.25%, and now you have $100,000 in equity in your house.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you can sell your house and now you can buy a $600,000 house, put 20% down, not have mortgage insurance
Take off the
anymore.
PMI. Yeah.
And your mortgage is $150, $200 more a month, but
Right.
now you're in a completely different caliber of a home. It makes sense to just at least look into it and see with everything that's going on, like
Right.
what your scenario
Ask the
looks
questions.
like. Ask
and,
the
and like
questions.
we've had clients that we've had for years that they ask the questions and we revisit it every year, and
Yeah.
that maybe it's not the year to happen, but at least you have all the information. So if the stars line up, you know what you need to do and you know kind of where you stand on that. So
That's the market.
did I tell you we're going to have a special announcement at the end of this?
No, that's the first time you've mentioned that.
Okay, there
I'm
will
all-
be a special
nervous.
announcement.
Let's get
Near
into
the
these
end of
hacks.
this.
Okay,
All right, let's get
holiday
into this.
hacks. Here we
Holiday.
go.
Let's talk holiday.
Ooh, I was getting hot and bothered with the
Yeah,
real estate
I know.
market.
We just want.
Now I'm all nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Got you all worked
Yeah, I'm
up.
all hot.
You know what? You have a very Saint Nick glow going on now. You know what I'm saying?
It's fake.
No, like the cheeks, like the holly jolly.
Oh, well, that's because Regina made us take a shot of tequila
I
before
didn't
this
make
thing.
anybody do anything. Okay, so
It
let's
was
talk about
offered,
the.
and I definitely accepted.
I don't know one person who doesn't take a shot of tequila when you.
I don't know when doing a live
Yeah.
stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miles, I
Yes.
loved because we talked about what fun we wanted to bring and what tricks and treats we wanted to bring to our people, and you came up with a whole thing that I think kind of sets off what Madison and I wanted to do. So
Okay, so it's weird this year.
Yeah.
It's COVID. I mean, we were out of the woods. We're back in the woods. I think it's really important to still do some traditions, find some new things, find some joy and happiness in this crazy time. I mean, the holidays really, it's dark outside. You're home anyways. So I think there's a lot of opportunity to find some fun things to do to bring a little bit of light to your life.
me.
What's that?
I said hit me.
I'm ready. Growing up, my entire life, my favorite day was Halloween decoration day and Christmas decoration day. My dad would come home from work. He'd bring the tubs out of the garage, and it was game on. Game on.
Oh,
And so those are my two favorite days.
my husband reluctantly had to me to get the tubs down, but whatever.
No,
Continue.
and he would try to like get out of putting the tree together. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I'll put it up tonight. We'll do the lights tomorrow." Absolutely not.
It's
We
gotta be
finish
now.
it. It's like, yeah, we it will be done before we go to bed. We don't
You
we
can't
don't do
mess
things
around.
half-assed. We are putting this tree together. It will be decorated. We will bow and we will go to bed. So, yeah, decorating for the holidays has always been a huge thing for me. And I think that there's a lot of fun things that you can do that will make your home feel festive, bring a smile to your face when you walk in the door. I know that we can't have our parties, and, typically every year I go all out with decorations. And
You do.
I mean, I've got
I was at your last party.
14 million lights everywhere.
That's awesome.
And so, I don't need to do that this year. I'm going to focus on, my relationships and spending time with my husband and all those things. But there's still a few things that I can do to like definitely make the house feel like home. So getting into my holiday hacks. Madison and Regina are going to come in a little bit later with one of our senses being taste. But I think an important thing for the holidays is to definitely kind of hit the five senses. So step number one for me would probably be candles. And
I was
think,
gonna say.
I think Madison
wish you could smell.
can agree. So this candle right here, this little guy, I'll just hold it up. I don't know where you can see it, But this is a patty wax candle. It's cypress and fir. So you don't always have to do like Snowflake Lane and, you know, Santa's
Candy cane.
hat.
I like what you were saying earlier though,
Candy
about
cane.
the value of a candle.
Yeah,
like
you
there's some things where we will tell you can kind of go the inexpensive route.
Yep, for
but
sure.
Candles,
100%.
they're not one of them.
So when you go to a more expensive candle, you know, this candle's $30, but it will last you double the time that a typical candle does. So you're really economically not spending any more money, but you get a deeper scent. You don't get a cheap Walmart, Safeway, just gross.
We're also trying to tell you to shop local because
Typical scent.
you can buy patty wax at Harbor Greens, you can buy patty wax at Compass Rose. Yeah.
Yeah, Nordstrom's, everywhere. Patty wax candles are amazing. And the cool thing about them too is typically when you're done with them, you end up with a really cool jar that you can use for anything. A lot of people will like plant succulents in them or use them as jars to hold tea, but more expensive candle, $10 more than your typical candle, will actually give you a really cool piece of decor for your house. So, go good on the candles, splurge on candles. They smell better, they have a deeper scent. You'll love them.
But also, you have to treat your expensive candle well, and you have to trim the wick.
Every time.
Can we talk about wick trimming?
Yeah, you guys should because
Stresses me out.
I'm new to it. But
You don't trim your wicks?
No,
I
I
have
do.
to go
She's
around
like
and I
that
have to
now,
trim
yeah.
her
No,
wicks. I
she's
see them and they're black and they ball at the end, and I just
can't.
gotta trim them.
Trim your wicks.
trim the wicks every time.
Hug your pillar
and you don't
candles.
have to. Like, there are wick trimmers that are made that look all fancy and they're $40. You don't need that. Just grab your scissors, trim as close as you can.
You know what? I have
You
something
know,
to say.
What?
The first 5 people that comment on this post that say, I want a wick trimmer, we will mail you a wick trimmer.
Oh my gosh!
Because I have got 5 gold wick
Five
trimmers.
golden
5 golden
wick
rings.
trimmers.
I've got 5 gold wick trimmers that are begging for a new home. So the first 5 people
Oh my gosh.
that comment, I need a wick trimmer on,
Saint Nick over here.
we will send them your way.
There you go.
Okay, good candles. Hack number 1.
Okay.
All
Hack
right.
number 2, that's smell.
Smell.
Hack number 2, sound.
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 And the first 5 people to comment on this post, Miles will give a Sonos one.
No.
You know. Listen, real estate's been good, but not that much. So sound. I am a huge advocate of constantly having sound in my house. When I come home, I want to hear something, whether it be a piano or Christmas music. Have sound all the time. It's not expensive. Just have it.
Yeah.
Come home and hear something. Don't come into a lonely house.
These are actually 2 tips that we use with our sellers too, whether we're having an open house or a showing. We talk about the 5 senses a lot. And we always, for open houses, you don't want to walk into a house and it be awkward silence.
Echo.
If you
Hello.
can smell it, you can't sell it.
Yeah.
So
You light the candles, you turn on the music.
Yeah.
So not only
That is
use
true.
these hacks for your holidays, but use them for your
these are
listings, too.
definitely listing hacks as well. Couple other ones. Lighting. So lighting is one of the best things that you can do during the winter months. It's dark outside. Warm glows are huge and can definitely bring in a comforting feeling to your house. So I have here.
I'm so excited about this.
Listen, can you see me up here? Okay. So this is just a wine box. And I cut these logs from the woods. And basically all I did
Were you wearing this outfit when you...
my lumberjack outfit? I was. Basically, you can just drop a dollar store string of Christmas lights right in the bottom of anything and light it up to give it a warm glow.
I'm telling you, this warms my heart. This is great. This is
Amazing.
so easy.
This is so easy. This
It's
is one of those hacks where you could go into your garage, grab a random box or
Well,
basket.
it fits
and
anywhere. I mean, you could literally fill up a bag, like a gift
It's
bag,
so cute.
with tissue paper under it, and throw a string of lights in the bottom of it, and the gift bag
Put
will
it-
light up.
yeah.
I mean,
Is that a
it's
fire
wild.
hazard?
For $1. For $1. It's
Okay.
crazy.
And then those uplights, Miles.
And then
I'm,
if you want to,
I'm
like,
swooning on those
if you want
uplights.
to kick it up a notch,
Boom.
we always want to get it
yeah,
up
if you
a
want,
notch.
Madison, plug this little guy in right there, over there.
Okay.
These are $9 at Lowe's or Home Depot, but these little guys you can put in the corners of your house, behind a plant, behind a chair, and you can light up an entire wall to completely warm your house.
Just even like do maybe up here. I don't know. It was really cute.
You
when
can
did
just
it upstairs.
you literally can light anything up, and it just brings a little bit of warmth to everything. So lights.
I love
They're
it.
I
cheap.
think this is a year-round hack too. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah. And the other cool thing is for a $9 light fixture, you can buy a light bulb at Costco that's a smart light bulb. You can change the color, you can make it dance to the rhythm of your music, all sorts of cool things. So it's super cheap, but really something cool that you can do with your house.
I love it.
My last little gadget. So these logs that I cut myself. I also drilled a little hole in them to drop a tea light in.
forgot to
So
bring the
you can
tea
you can cut a little piece off of a branch or a log, drill a 1-inch hole with a drill bit, and it's perfect for a tea light, and you can make homemade little candle holders.
For a little table setting.
Yeah, great gift.
Wow.
Throw a little rosemary sprig right there. It's a win.
It's
It's
a
a
win.
win.
Those are my easy decor hacks.
Okay.
Make it feel like home.
Yep.
Make it feel like Christmas.
I love it. The 5 senses. Did you get them all?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What do we got? We got scent.
I think we're missing one.
No, touch. Oh, touch. We don't have touch.
Oh, man.
No, I was talking about taste. But
Well, you've got taste, but
Yeah.
We've got
touch is the Barefoot Dreams blanket. So you want to get that from Nordstrom's. Madison can tell you about that after her taste.
Telling you.
okay.
Okay. You're talking about...
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. This is an appetizer for your quarantine parties. And I'm telling you, it is $10 and I can go wild with charcuterie boards. Like I have a passion for creating boards, and sometimes they can get spendy and crazy. And this one is very, very simple. I don't know. Can you see this? Okay, cool. Very festive. I actually use rosemary for everything. Mom and I, she has a huge plant out there.
It's one of those plants that can actually keep alive. Once it's established.
Doesn't really take
from
much.
from my childhood, like there's not a lot of things that we can keep alive, but an herb that we always have on hand is rosemary, and it smells good. It looks good on plates. You put it on salmon. But so for this appetizer, like I said, it's $10. So you get a block of smoked Gouda. And I'm not sponsored by Trader Joe's yet, but I always shop at Trader Joe's. And what you need is the smoked Gouda cheese. And you need a box of crackers, $3. And then this jam, I'm telling you.
It's her jam.
Oh my gosh.
It's
This
her
jam
jam.
is my jam. I wish I had painted my nails. But pepper jelly jam, you guys. And Miles doesn't like
Yeah,
spice.
I'm just going to give this a little taste.
Yeah. So I like a little heat. I feel like
like a
it's
little
more
heat.
like honey agave based, but with the smoked Gouda on a cracker, it's a good pairing.
Done and done.
And, no idea is original. So I just have to shout out my best friend Taylor for this one because she came over to my house.
Taylor, we love you.
Taylor, we love you. And she came over to my house and she whipped out this pepper jelly jam. And I am not kidding you guys. I went to Trader Joe's. It was $3 for the jam. And I bought every single jam that they had because I am obsessed with it. So hopefully they have
And let's be honest,
restock.
you don't really need guests to make this eat.
No.
I mean, you can eat
This
this
is
all by
date night
yourself.
in.
Well, it's
I mean,
all
I-
about trying
I
to...
ran upstairs and made some pre-taping here because I was like, I'm going to have some of those.
I'm
They're
telling
good.
you. And
And
it was quick.
You have to make it fancy, and you have to make it fancy for yourself. And that
Yeah.
brings joy to your
Pour a
quarantine
glass of
holidays.
wine, spend 3 minutes on this, eat it.
Oh yeah, I whipped it up in like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and
honestly, yeah,
that's
that's true.
that's beautiful too.
Yeah, before I go on to my taste, which involves bubbles. I do want to say this because we do this as a family and we do this all the time. Like on one of our birthdays, we do it on Thanksgiving, we do it every holiday that we gather. And I think that particularly in this time right now, how important it is to give thanks for things. And so we always, like if it's somebody's birthday, we go around the table and say what you love about them. And Thanksgiving, we, go things that we're grateful for. And I think that is just one of those things that right now where we might be able not to do as much pomp and circumstance and, the whole thing anymore. It just comes down to being simple and just, like you said, working on your relationships. It's just telling people what you love about them and what you're grateful for all the time and how important that is going to be on a very intimate level this holiday season. Right?
Yeah, that's something that we bring to almost any at every single person who we go to their birthday party, you just spotlight the person. Like if it was your birthday party, I'm like, let's go around the table and say our favorite thing about Miles. And that's like a thing.
I wish it was my birthday.
Yeah. But for
Well,
Thanksgiving,
Miles,
it
you
works
might get
too.
lucky tonight. So I'm just going to
Exciting.
talk a little
So
bit
excited.
about bubbles. Like, if you know Madison and I, this is one of the things that we gift our clients a lot, and we love Mia Netto because they're one of the oldest Prosecco producers. And I just have to say one thing about bubbles. Bubbles are always happy, and whether you're non-alcoholic and you're doing like a spritzy drink, this will work too. But we just happen to love this. Bubbles, a lot of people think, oh, champagne. Everything that's bubble is not champagne, because remember, champagne is truly grapes from Champagne. So the Prosecco grape it's an Italian sparkling wine. And
Educate us,
Galera.
Reg. Educate us.
Galera is actually the grape on this, but Mia Netto is one of the oldest producers. And this particular brand right now is kind of fun because it's available, and it's called the Avant-Garde, and it is was made for restaurants. And you guys know, because of what's happened with COVID, it is being made available in certain retailers. So this is one of the things that I just want to talk about. Now, Prosecco is a great cocktail drinker. It's light in alcohol. You can make cocktails with it, and I'll show you a little bit about that. I love my Prosecco just by itself, but it's fun. And the thing is, because it's light in alcohol, you don't have to do a whole lot with it. And you can go all night with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure I agree with you. I mean, I have.
The martinis are nice, but
You can't go all night with
No,
a
you
martini.
can't go
No.
all night with it.
all right. With this, when opening,
I mean, there
these,
is many times at 2 p.m. when I've been to brunch and I'm like, well, probably should take a nap.
well,
Maybe you're drinking champagne though.
but it's also volume.
I mean, maybe
It's
it was
also-
champagne.
So with this, also remember, you just need to turn the bottle. You don't need to. Just turn the bottle and cover the cork so it doesn't go. So I'm going to pour this, and then I'm going to create a cocktail. You guys ready?
Why are you
Yeah.
going to pour this?
Yes.
I'm excited
So this
about it.
has a little bit of citrus notes.
If you want to impress your quarantine roommate and do a little pairing too, the Prosecco bubbles go really nice with the smoked Gouda, with the pepper jelly, and the rosemary sprig.
I will also say, if you can pick one bottle of something that you really like and become really educated on it, like very, very educated on it. Pick your favorite wine, your favorite champagne, your favorite Prosecco, and really become educated on it.
It's fun.
You can. People think you're a you're a sommelier. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
you know all about this wine. You know what notes it hits. You know where it starts. You know where it ends. And I think, so that is something really fun a fun project for this kind of season when you're at home by yourself. Try different wines.
Learn
try
your craft
different champagnes.
cocktails.
Learn
Yeah.
them.
Have fun
Taste
with
them. Like, yeah, I mean, you don't have to spend $1 million on wine to learn about it and
Find
to
out your
taste
favorite.
it and to find one that you love.
Find a vibe. So this Avant-Garde, and it is selling for about $15.50 a bottle. It's kind
Steal.
of fun, and it's not anything that you'd find in a grocery store, so it's kind of special. The fun thing to do is, if you want to do a Prosecco cocktail, I've got some frozen fruit in there, but cranberries, pomegranates, all those red fruits in there. Some red liquors. You can do Campari, which has a little bit of a medicinal. Same with Aperol, if you've heard of the Aperol spritz. Or if you just want to go like clean my liver at the same time I pollute it,
A little bit of cranberry.
a little bit of cran.
Listen, I've had a few crazy nights on the Aperol spritzes. I'll tell you that much.
I love
So it's
Aperol
just,
spritz.
Do you?
cranberry, and you just add a little bit of Prosecco to it.
Brings me back to my
Yeah.
Italian roots.
2 hearts from the same soul.
So anyway, this is,
Oh, is that for me?
well, yes.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Cranberry,
Thank you
so
so
much
much.
fun. So this one is kind of fun. And then we also have one more that we just want to talk about, and I actually have chilled this down too. But this is another Mia Netto. It's Valdo Biadene. Valdo Biadene. Can I hear it?
Valdo Biadene.
Biadene.
Yes. So this one is
Oh,
it sells
gosh.
for $25, and it is actually like the Dom Perignon of Prosecco. So it's really super special.
say.
It's hand harvested. It's just a really It's in a beautiful bottle.
It's like holiday-esque.
If this is like
Yeah.
something special that you may want to give as a gift, or you may want to just stay at home with it. I wouldn't do a cocktail with this because
You
it's
might just want to stay at home with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So anyway, talking about the taste, I'm going to open these as we go on and on, but I'm telling you, Madison and I also had one more that we wanted to shout out for like a gifty sort of thing too.
Yeah, I love that. Now, Reg, where can
Yeah.
we find these? If they're not in a grocery store, they're not at restaurants, because obviously we are on a restaurant freeze. Where can we find these bottles? Where can we pick them up? What can we do? What's going on?
Make it easy. Make it streamlined.
This is going to be super easy and super fun, but Amity Wines, and in order to get this fabulous collection, you can just email info@amitywine.com and put in the subject line RM specials. But here's the big announcement that I wanted to talk about, which is kind of fun. Would you guys both agree that wine and real estate go really well together?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you can't do real estate unless you drink wine on a regular basis.
Yes. And it just so happened that I met my husband in a wine shop. It's just kind of one of those things. And where are we?
When you were pregnant with me.
Hey, let's just like keep the details.
Wow, we're really digging into the family. We're really digging
No,
into the
you
family.
have to set the scene, okay?
Okay, I fell in
This
love
is
with
why
him.
I enjoy food and wine and all of that stuff
it
is
true.
because
she was raised on it. And then we're doing this show from where?
the cellar.
The cellar. It
Our
makes
wine
only
cellar.
perfect
Hey,
sense.
connect the dots.
Right. So anyway, I was offered an opportunity to get into business with Chris Blondin, and Chris is one of those iconic Tacoma boss lady, badass women,
Love her.
and she's been in the business for a long time. She's been involved through media and Tacoma arts and everything, but she did have a wine shop called Vingrado, and then she had one called Stink, and just recently she opened Amity Wines, and she was looking for a partner. They opened right before COVID hit, and it's, it hasn't been easy to launch a business in the middle of all this craziness, but I'm her new partner.
And I'm drinking
Cheers
a
to that.
lot of wine.
Yes.
Cheers to
So
that.
here's to being partners
Hey,
with
you know what?
Amity.
Is there like a frequent flyer program or like?
Glad you asked.
Yeah, okay.
Glad you
That's
asked.
what I'm really
Yeah.
looking for.
We
Give the
will
people what
be,
they want.
Yeah.
there will
Give
be.
the people what they want.
Yes.
We buy a lot of wine.
We want to talk about going local, and Chris has she's got a great palette, and she's put together fun wine clubs. So for somebody you don't know what kind of gift to even give them, she has wine clubs for all different palettes, which is kind of fun because she handpicks wines. And there will be,
And it's different from a normal, like if you go to a winery that you love and you fall in love with their wine, you just get the wines from that specific winery, but she handpicks each.
Well, and I
each
think what's
wine.
really cool too is that, you don't necessarily have to buy an expensive bottle of wine to have a good bottle of wine.
No.
And I'm excited for the wine shop because I can't wait to go in there. And I mean, we host dinner after dinner after dinner after dinner after dinner at our house. I cannot spend $50 a bottle of wine when we're killing 7 of them a night, 7 nights a week. So I'm excited to go in there and say, hey, I have a budget of, $20 a bottle.
right.
Throw me 2 cases together. I like, these are my 3 favorite wines. Throw me something together that you think I might like.
Yeah.
And to get to like really try those out and self-teach about wine and learn about them. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about that because you go to the grocery store and you're overwhelmed. You're looking at price tags, not at labels,
And you don't know.
And
Right.
so I think to go into a wine shop and say, my budget's around $18 to $20 a bottle. I'd like a case. And these are my 3 favorite wines, and allow someone who knows what they're doing and understands wine and knows wine to put that together for you and
yes.
send you on your way.
We talk about love being sold, like we love
it's
to be
great.
sold to, and people in customer service just really appreciate somebody who, it's like everyone's in their lane. Wine.
Well, that's the problem with real estate is that we're in sales, and everybody in sales loves to be sold.
Yeah.
It's why Jesse doesn't let me go into the expo at the Puyallup Fair.
Yikes.
Those people know what they're doing.
I will buy.
Okay, talking about being
everything.
sold, I'm just gonna take the van skirt to the right. But we are talking about going into holiday seasons, and holiday shopping and gathering. Everything's going to look a little bit differently these days. But so my background is Nordstrom. Worked there in 2010 for about 7 years. And this is where this is where I first started selling on commission and learned a lot about sales, customer service, whole experience.
Did you miss drawer frequently, or did you usually make drawer?
Oh, I was pace setter. Top 10%. Thank you very much.
Okay, just checking.
In kids' shoes. Let me just humble myself a little bit. But this is actually where I met Brianna. What I'm trying to get to is that for holiday seasons and thinking about shopping small, we all have the Nordstrom app on our phone and we buy stuff online on Amazon and everything. But think about the people who are salespeople and they're used to getting a nice holiday check. And I want to just make sure that those people get supported. So after this podcast, I'm going to put her information in the notes of it, but basically she is my go-to gal. I can text her and say, hey, I'm looking to spend $50. I'm trying to find a client gift, or I'm trying to find a gift for my brother or sister. And she will find the exact thing I need. She will charge my card, wrap it up, sign my name, and ship it to whomever, wherever, free shipping that I want. And she'll normally add in a couple little extra special samples or whatnot. But that's directly putting money into her paycheck as well as making my life super easy. So if you don't have a Nordstrom shopper.
Well, I think that's something that's missed,
Tacoma.
This is Tacoma Nordstrom, and her name is Brianna Schmidt. And,
Brianna, we are giving you a shout out.
So her background is she's worked in almost every single department in Nordstrom, so she knows the whole store, but she is currently a beauty stylist too. And she did actually say that anybody who reaches out to her from listening to this show, she will make a little goodie bag with a bunch of free samples in it from the beauty counter.
That's
Joe
awesome.
Malone. She works for Chanel. She gave me this lengthening mascara primer. Knock your socks off.
Done and done.
Done and done.
Done and done.
Yep.
Brie, I want all the Jack Black things, but
Don't worry.
But don't tell Noelle because I know she's going to be watching. But I want all the Jack Black things. But I think that's awesome because I think a lot of people don't realize that the shopping local is still at our fingertips with great technology. You can go on the Nordstrom's app, you can completely create a cart, you can screenshot it. Send it to your Nordstrom
Local,
shopper.
yeah.
And I mean, it
Local
really
shopper.
it takes the corporate down to local. And I think it's really cool. I mean, Madison, half yearly this year, was it anniversary sale this year?
Yeah.
I mean, we had lists for Miles. We went in and she's like, "Oh, go to kids' shoes." And I was like, "How many kids' shoes?" I was like, "I'm going to need all
Find
of these.
Brittany.
Find Brittany. I need all of these things." And so
It's different though. When I know that this is directly putting food on her table, absolutely. When you're buying things online,
it makes no difference either. I mean, you're buying it through the app, or you can screenshot it, send it to someone who's here in Tacoma, local. And
if you have family, like my grandma's in Florida, right? So she is going to make a little present for my grandma, put a card in there, and she is going to ship it for free, and it will arrive to my grandma on Christmas Day.
It's amazing.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
So I think
that's service.
Yeah, that's awesome. Really, and also you can find these candles there too. So
we're all about making it easy for you.
I love it.
They'll send them straight to your house.
We've got some fun things.
You've got a lot of things on the table.
A lot
Mom.
of things on the table. I know. Maybe I should take off.
Mostly
all
a
these
lot of
mixed
alcohol, which I'm pleased about.
Wait, that actually segues me into my. I think this is my last hack. Maybe I'll come up with something else. But okay, pretend that you were by yourself, quarantining, drinking all the drinks, and you wake up the next morning. Maybe you don't feel so good.
What have you got for us?
Oh, get ready for this hangover hack.
It's not the liquid IV.
Oh, no, it's not the liquid IV. This is straight
We're not going
from,
that deep.
This is straight. You don't even know about this.
I've never even.
Okay, I can
I'm
see from your brows.
Absolutely dumbfounded, and I'm going to have to stand up.
This is my morning
Very
cocktail. And this is
excited.
my morning cocktail on the daily basis just to make sure I get in my minerals, and it's good for your skin. So it's important to me. But you take a lemon, cut it in half, and
Do you rub it on your face?
No, you juice half the lemon into your water. And then
Okay.
here's where you get wacky. You take pink Himalayan salt.
From Trader Joe's.
from Trader Joe's. You don't have to get this one, but this is the one that I use. And you put it in your water. And so it's basically lemon water with Himalayan salt. And it tastes a little like the sea, but also it's very refreshing. And it actually hydrates you better, even though it has salt in it. The Himalayan salt has minerals in it where it basically works as electrolytes, but natural electrolytes.
Who taught you this?
Like I said, nothing's original, okay? Skinny Confidential, my
Okay.
favorite blogger, but it's tried and true. I've done it for the last 3 years, and I'll wake up, squirt half the lemon in, do my Himalayan salt, chug it, and then I'm ready for the day, you know?
I mean, you've got the skin of a 9-year-old, so I mean, I believe you.
Love it. But this is, I'm saying, for the holiday season, it's a game changer. You can gift it to your best friend. You can use it yourself.
Well, it's also COVID, so we're also, really trying out Regina's cocktails.
Yeah.
Extent.
Yes.
We have nowhere to go. We're not driving. We're at home
The
on the
poor-
couch
the
drinking. So this is a
You know,
perfect
when your
set.
neighbors drive by and they see your recycle bin outside and you just have like,
No. Do you guys?
So many.
Okay, I have to interject. For real, this is a dead thing.
why are you standing right
Because
now?
I'm so excited about this. I have to take my glass from my recycle bin and distribute it amongst the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You do not.
Yes, I do. And I also pick out the people who don't drink and I put it in their recycling bin. So
Is that illegal? I'm saying like,
I have to because I don't have enough room. And I'm sorry, you've got space. I'm gonna
sharing
put it-
is caring.
Yeah,
Sharing is caring.
I know. I can't be embarrassed like that. I can't have extra
No,
glass
no,
outside of my glass recycling container. You've got space. We're neighbors.
I see. We used to live in UP. Now we're in Lakewood. But when we were in UP, way back when Madison was young, they used to have the glass pickup. They don't pick up glass anymore
That's
there.
true.
So, but I remember it's funny. We lived in Chambers Creek Crossing, and we were the first house in the development. And so when they had glass,
You
in
put
front
your
of them-
glass in your neighbor's
well,
bins.
of course, Dan's in the wine business, so we had a bunch of samples. And I'm like telling you, we didn't drink all that. Some of it was just samples that we pulled out, and so anyway, but I felt bad because we were the first house in the development, and like every single time our recycle bin was like loaded full, and people were that's the only way out of the development. So they're driving by like, freaking Gordons, man. They are animals. And it wasn't really true.
Either that or they wanted to be your
Samples.
friend.
It was-
unsure.
It's also
was
really embarrassing
samples.
when like every week you've got like 2 Costco vodka bottles in your.
That
Okay,
sounds
we
like
got-
a personal
we got-
problem.
That goes in the. And that's
We're going down a bad road.
And that is why we have to now put our glass in the trash can.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
I
were
know.
doing, that's embarrassing. But it's, that was pre-COVID. We had people, there was people over. We love
these
to
are really
entertain.
good.
Those are delicious.
And getting back to simple things, I remember Madison just bought a puzzle, and it was based on Michelle Obama talking about during COVID how they would get together and do puzzles. So I think that that's kind of a fun thing to do. It's just to kind of shut down the media for a minute when we're with our families over the holidays and just be present. I always like games. My family groans when I bring them out, but just asking them like, "What's your favorite?" Just wacky stuff.
Table
like that.
topics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's actually a game that you can buy at Nordstrom. But yeah, where it says like, okay, if this was a scenario, like what would you do if this or that? But it also,
And what was that cool game? Well, that was a drinking game. So
well, it's a drinking game. It wasn't a drinking game.
it was just an interesting game.
Who in the room?
Who in the room? That was
Yeah,
good. Yeah, that
it
was
was a good one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, you get to know your family too. Like,
Yeah.
who in the room do you think would?
Yeah. I think getting back to some of those fun things during the holidays is.
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
mean,
fun
I think
this
that
year.
the one message that I would share with
You can actually do these games via Zoom too. That's the cool thing.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's
With extended
home.
family.
You can play these games.
I have a friend in Gig Harbor, and I call him all the time at 4 p.m. every day, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to hit happy hour?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm on a Zoom happy hour." What the hell is a
Yeah.
Zoom happy hour? He is full blown, got 8 people on his computer screen.
Oh, it's great.
They've got a cocktail, and they're chatting, and they're talking. They're all over the country.
I mean, Zoom.
so as much as
I didn't
this-
even know what Zoom was before, but my brother's 21st birthday, Zoom.
We had Zoom.
Meeting our new clients, Zoom. Meeting our new listing, Zoom. Like everything.
Should have bought stock in Zoom.
Yeah.
I know. Looking back on it now.
Wow.
Yeah, I just had last week. I had a FaceTime. My friends from Multicare, who I kind of want to know, but I kind of really don't want to know.
Especially right now.
So anyway, but we had
I know too much.
I had we had it was fun because it was totally safe. They were home alone.
Yeah.
We just had some great conversations and did the Zoom thing, and
Yeah,
was
I
all
think
good.
the one thing that I wish that I could acknowledge myself and put on to my loved ones and friends and family is that, like, it's a strange time. This is going to be over. And what I don't want for myself and my friends and family is to look back and say, I should have taken advantage of that.
Yeah.
I should have taken advantage of that and spent time with my family and, built relationships and, like, grew those. I mean, because life moves so fast and our world spins so quickly. And there is a silver lining to everything. And I think taking just a beat and spending time with your loved ones and doing things that you typically would forego for something else. And I mean, we're here. It's like, for me, I'm like, it's a cabin. Like, we're at a cabin for several months, and we're going to sit here and I'm going to learn everything about you. And I'm going to know exactly what makes you tick. And
we might leave together.
and I'm gonna beat you in speed at least 10,000 times.
I haven't played that
Whoa.
game. Oh, snap.
Add that to the list for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
That's a good
because I
one.
am a speed king.
Oh, I used to be good. When I was younger, I was speedier.
Episode number 4, Regina and Miles.
Okay.
Speed.
Here we go. Well, should we
that's
should
time.
we wrap it? I mean,
Yeah.
we had fun. We talked about some wine. We have some RM wine specials. And again, just going on info at amitywine.com.
We're going to make it super easy too.
Yeah.
Every single thing that we talked about. I'll try to even have a link for those $9 Home Depot lights because I want one.
Yeah, we will.
And we'll put it all in there.
Yep.
So
Candles, we'll have a link in the link tree to go straight to Nordstrom's where you can buy Patty Wax candles. Again, Capri Blue and Patty Wax are amazing candle brands, super high quality. They last forever. Voluspa,
Oh,
too. Yeah. Spend money on candles. It's really where it's at. So
what the heck?
love it.
that's it.
Like, we're wrapping
That's all
it.
we
It's
got.
Crazy
Cute.
house. And just one thing that I do want to say, like, for the record, for the world, for my personal life that I struggle with, is just freaking let shit go. I can't tell you. I think that you guys probably in my camp from time to time where it's like I should.
Shoulding.
And I think that at this moment in time, we have this great opportunity to affect people and to be present in our lives. And I think that needs to be the focus, not the should, could, would. So we've had some fun things to try to make things easier. But honestly, there's a lot of stuff to just let it go and be present and enjoy.
Well, and I think that the last nugget too that I would say as I depart is that you don't have to be physical to be present.
Yeah.
It is 2020.
Yeah.
We have so many amazing things at our fingertips to still be present where you don't have to be side by side with somebody.
No.
FaceTime, Zoom, Skype, all those things, they do mean something. Like, Madison FaceTimes me every time she calls me. And I'm like, I don't really want you to see me right now.
I just want to be
I'm
next to
still
you.
forced to answer because I want to talk to you. So I think taking advantage of those and, recognizing that those are there and using
Use
them.
your tools.
Use
Yeah.
your tools.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah. 100%.
Be close, but not too close.
Oh, all right. Well, everybody, we're
All right.
wishing you
It's
Happy
the beginning
holidays.
to this.
thank you,
Yay,
thank you,
Christmas.
thank you.
Christmas.
Celebrate
Happy holidays.
gratitude.
I have
And,
a list.
What's your list?
I have a significant
right.
list for you.
Cheers, people.
Cheers. I have a list for Reg too.
For what?
Got some wines that I want.
Jesus.